Hello, Spider-Man. It's so nice to finally meet you. Unfortunately, this will be the first and last time you see the face of the Green Goblin.
Stay calm. Be ready for anything.
Etta, just the artificial octopod I needed to see.
Why are you here?
I have a few questions about a case I'm working on. If you spill, they'll lower your sentence. Deal?
Fine.
You said Big Bear stole your tech. Any idea what he's using it for?
If I knew what he was doing with it, he wouldn't have it.
The grenade you used at Skyview. It's oddly similar to the ones that destroyed Bankhead Bridge. You know anything about that?
No, but I'm sure you could find some way to blame it on me.
I don't blame you, but I do believe you have more helpers. And I'm not referring to the Three Stooges we're keeping company in here. Who do you have on the outside?
Why don't you show your face?
Why don't you answer my question?
Why are you answering my question with a question?
Why are you asking a question about my question instead of answering my question?
Morons! You're both morons!
Shut it, Nessie!
Look, until you return my symbiote, I have nothing for you.
You made a habit calling it your symbiote. You didn't create it all by yourself now, did you?
Choose your next words very carefully.
Oh, right. It was stolen.
What? By who?
I believe the proper phrasing is by whom, but I don't know who it is. It's just some green guy who flies around on a glider, calls himself the
Goblin.
Ah, so you do know something.
You find him, and you bring him in here with me. And you'd better have my symbiote with you. Do you hear me?
How does he do this without hurling? I'm so sorry, Jude.
No, don't apologize, sweetie. Mason knew he shouldn't have been out there, but he went anyway. You did the right thing.
We have him on oxygen and are utilizing suction to get the rest of the water out of his lungs. Currently, it's the best we can do.
Doesn't he need to be on fluids?
That's the problem. We can't seem to get a good stick. Here, watch this. We're running out of needles, and we're going to need them if we want to perform the proper procedures later on, and figure out whatever this is.
Oh my god.
Mason, if you die, we both die. Join us, Mason.
Judith, please, you can have a seat. You can even stay on the clock. You don't have to leave this room until you're ready. Just consider it overtime.
Thank you, Joe.
Of course.
I've known for quite some time now. Well, I've always had an idea of what you do when you leave the house at night. But I didn't know for sure. It wasn't until you came home all battered and bruised. Of course, that was nothing new. But this time, you were sad. You were so sad. I hadn't seen such sorrow in your eyes since we lost. I'll never tell you that I know. Because if you find out, you'll stop. I'll never stop worrying. You're my boy. I want you to be happy with yourself. I want you to wake up, get out of that bed, and come back to me. You told me I wouldn't lose you. Don't lie to me the way your uncle did. Don't break my heart again. Please.
Jude,
Hi, sweetie. Have a seat.
anything from the doctors?
Not yet.
He's gonna be okay. We'll make sure of it.
Jude, would you like to step out with me for a moment?
Hey, Tiger. Sleeping okay in there? We were doing so good. For a second, I thought we might actually prove him wrong. I thought our love for each other was strong enough to get us through anything. I was wrong. If I can just crack this firewall, I might be able to bypass the access code. Crap. One more wrong move and the flash drive is toast. It's just one 6-character code. Figure it out! Okay, I think I found something. The irregularities in its molecular structure should smooth right on out with a drop of human DNA.
Perfect. Grab that sample I picked up from the vault. Thank you, Benjamin. You know, I really appreciate you taking time out of your summer vacation to help me out around here.
I wouldn't trade it for anything. Working with Dr. Connors was great and all, but I'd rather change the world in a way that doesn't involve turning everyone into giant reptiles.
Can't say I disagree with you on that one. Let's see what we can do with this sample. Actually, why don't you do the honors?
No! Way to go, Agent Gracie. Dr. Behrhart.
You have arrived at Bear Mansion. To what do I owe the distinguished pleasure?
Hi, Dr. Behrhart. This is Benjamin Gracie. I was hoping to sneak in a last-minute interview with you for a project about my internship. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Not at all. Come on in, Benjamin. It's nice to have a visitor after all these years. Things have been so busy with you kids between schoolwork and finding out what to do with your young adult lives.
That is very true. The last time we were here, Jeremy was having a big slumber party.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a shame the turnout was lower than Jeremy expected. Only 2 people showed up. You and your, partner.
Mason. We've been friends with Jeremy since diapers. That is, until he moved to England, of course.
Yes, I know this sudden move was difficult to process for all of you.
Just a tad. How is he?
Great! He's great. He's finishing up the fall semester at Mayfield, London. The move was the best way to put him on the right path.
Of course. I know the feeling of losing a parent all too well. Miss Andrea was such a wonderful person. We always called her Mama Bear.
That's nice.
I wasn't aware that she had such a good connection with Stark Enterprises. How did that come about?
Oh, that was merely a marketing strategy. Anthony flew down to scout for a potential Atlanta location, but he decided against it after a certain spider menace drew up a disturbance.
Interesting. And how did this failed expansion affect business at Behrhart Technologies?
There were plans for a merger company that would focus primarily on medical research. Cancer research, to be exact. There were talks of a cure for lung cancer, breast cancer, multiple myeloma, and more. The most anyone ever came up with was skin cancer, but even that ended up in the hands of a man with a reptile fixation.
So, is it a fair assessment that Behrhart is partly responsible for some of the more traumatic events that have happened since Spider-Man's emergence?
On the contrary, I'd argue that if it weren't for me, Spider-Man and the entire city of Atlanta would be helpless. Us. If it weren't for us at Behrhart Technologies. Before we continue, I'm going to make myself a drink. Would you like anything, Benjamin?
I'll take a bottle of water, please.
Bottle of water it is.
In the providence of God, whatever it is,
If my intuition means anything, I should
which
find some
God
answers
for
here.
you, even independently of this question of whether a person knows what
What?
he wants or does not want in life.
Looks like we got a shot at redemption. Of course. Thank you.
Now, where were we?
Ben?
Oh my god! Baby?
Hey, what was that for?
Don't you ever scare me like that again! I thought you were dead!
I'm okay. Jude told me what was going on. She stepped out with the doctors a while ago, but...
Benjamin, sweetie, I'm so glad you're here. Joe, tell the boys the good news.
This morning, we noticed Mason was a bit more alert. His eyes opened up, so we ran some tests. After finally getting an IV through him, we discovered he didn't need it. New scans came back, and the mass was nowhere to be found. As far as we're concerned, he's good to go home.
If it's out of you, that begs the question, where did it go?
I don't know.
Mason, let's get you checked out, hon. I'm sure you'd like to sleep in your own bed tonight. Benjamin, you are more than welcome to join us for a movie.
Oh, I would if I could. I got a research essay to write. But I'll swing by tomorrow morning with breakfast.
That's very sweet. We'll give you two some time while I grab his discharge paperwork.
Where did you find this?
These are the clothes you were wearing when Benjamin brought you in. Take off that gown and put on some deodorant. We're taking a shower as soon as we get home.
Mason, there's
You know, I heard you talking to me yesterday, right?
Oh. All of it?
Yep.
Mason, I love you. But I need to know that you will never do something like that ever again. I need you to promise me that.
Look, I can't. Not if you want me to be honest. I was laying dormant for 2 weeks while this thing was using me as a meat puppet. I can't promise you that bad things won't happen anymore, but I can promise not to leave your side when they do. I can promise to protect you and keep you alive. Because you kept me alive. Our love is strong enough to get us through anything.
I need to show you something.
How did you get...
It's about Jeremy.
Jeremy's sick?
He was diagnosed around the same time we were told he moved to England. Big Bear specifically told me he was sent to Mayfield School in London.
Fake school?
Real school. For girls.
Where is he? Is he alive? Is he okay? What's happening here?
He's alive. But you're not gonna like what that means. Based on these notes, Donald was giving Jeremy concentrated doses of something called G serum to fight off the cancer cells in his body. It looks nearly identical to Dr. Connor's serum, just with mammal DNA instead of reptile DNA. It was working for the most part, but then Donald did what he does best and went from curing his son to using him as a weapon.
Oh God. So, this means that Jeremy is...
Goblin.
What do you